So hello, I'm Craig Somerville. I'm the lead ranger for Belfast properties in the National Trust, and today we are at Minnowburn in the Lagan Valley Regional Park, very close to the River Lagan, and we're in Ned's Meadow, which is a beautiful big 10-acre field. But up until a few years ago, about 6 years ago, it was very intensive silage field. So that means that it was really grown just to produce vast quantities of grass. So you had a single species grass, which is a perennial ryegrass, and it was cut 3 times a year, and every time it was cut and round baled and taken away, the farmer would have brought in his tanker with slurry and poured slurry over the whole thing, and that really increased the nitrogen levels in the ground and made it really good for growing grass. Now we changed the management here and stopped all the inputs, so we've cut out the slurry completely and nothing else happening, and then we did that for a few years, and it's still ongoing, and that'll always be the way. So there's no more inputs, no more nitrogen going on. And what we then did is it started to change. The grasses started to become a bit more natural, but there wasn't a seed bank, because this had been a silage field for maybe 20 years, 30 years, and it had been ploughed and reseeded many times. So there was no natural seed bank of nice plants in here that would just come out. So we intervened. We got a grant, and we actually, whenever the nitrogen level dropped to a certain extent, we ploughed the whole thing up, tilled it, and sowed it up with wildflowers. And those wildflowers, you can see now, they're doing beautifully. Is today we're planting plug plants. So these are plants that have been grown on from seed, so collected from nice local meadows, grown on into little plants. And this one here is oxeye daisy. But we've also got bird's foot trefoil, which is a great wee plant. There isn't any bird's foot trefoil in here at all, so we're really excited about putting this one in. And so just basically digging these in and planting them in, and it's perfect because it is May, but also it's been kind of wet in the last couple of days, which is just perfect for planting flowers because we want them to be nice and damp to get the best chance possible. And the idea is to keep putting these flowers into this meadow, and then the only management we do here is a hay cut. So once a year in late August, the farmer, who's a lovely fellow, will come in and he'll cut the entire meadow and just take it all away, and he'll use that for fodder for his animals, and then the whole thing starts again, and that's pretty much it. And we just keep managing on this cycle, and the more time it goes past, the better this will get, and we'll probably just keep sort of introducing things. So it's very much us kind of intervening in the silage field and creating a beautiful wildflower meadow, and that's just what we're doing. We're replicating something that probably was here many years ago, and you'll see also now, whereas in the silage field, when it was just one species of perennial ryegrass, you wouldn't have seen any insects in here. But today already we're seeing bees and lots of different like hoverflies and butterflies and just huge numbers of insects here. So it's really coming to life in terms of insects, and that again then helps with the birds who are flying about and swallows and stuff. So they're loving all these flies and natural insects as well. So the key thing is, whenever people are visiting the meadows like this or walking past meadows like this, that you have a look and you look at all those wildflowers, and it's important to remember that's to do with the management and the management that the people like ourselves are doing here. And we've got volunteers in the meadow today working, planting, and it's those decisions, so we do need our productive farmland, but we also need these meadows. And it's important to remember that 95% of our meadows that existed just after World War II are now gone, and this is quite a really valuable resource, so it's important to know that and to appreciate it and to enjoy it. Said about my transient tail on camera.
It's a great tail, like.
Yeah, I love it.